in drawing elements. So the thing is that you need to understand so how they are going to incorporate or how you need to use those commands. So based on your requirement. If the profiles are simple, you can go for the simple line and circle diagrams. If the profiles are goes on complicated, example, if you take an wing of an aircraft, so it has a different cross sections at a different length. So on that cases, you need to take more care while drawing the profiles. So let us go for the sketch. So I'll ask one question. So you can just put in a chat box. Whether shall I continue with respect to the previous video, that is what introduction to Sketcher, or I need to repeat it? Shall I go for a new sketch? Just say yes or no. Okay, continue with the previous session. Right. So what I've done in last session, so we have gone for only simple diagram. So it has an bracket, it has a bracket. So now we'll go for today a little more complicated sketch. So I'll go for it is a bracket. It's a simple one. Okay. So if you have a rough pages, you can just note on this diagram. Okay. So now this is a simple diagram. So let us go for drawing this diagram in CATIA. I hope you noted. Now, what are the major elements you are going to observe here? So you have a simple lines, you have a one arc, and you have an one circle here. Now, normally you can start with one corner here, one corner, second corner, third corner, or fourth corner. Okay, you will get a one rectangle. Then we can go for a placement of this center line. Okay, it's a symmetry. Go for a placement of a center line. Then you can draw two circles, one circle, two circle. Then you can draw some vertical lines with respect to the quadrant points here. With respect to the quadrant points, you can just draw in downward direction. Then you can trim out unwanted portion. Okay. This is one way. So another one way, you can initially draw the circles, then you can just drop out the parallel lines. Then with respect to the center line and this base line, it is a 35 mm. Now you can just go for the measurement of 35 mm. Then you can start this bottom portion. Okay. So let us go for the start. I'll go for mechanical design. I'll go for part design. Okay. Okay, so now you have a sketcher toolbar here. Click on this sketch workbench icon. Okay. You will select here the front plane. Okay. Select here front plane. Okay. As I said, you can draw the rectangle directly. Okay. So let us go for here. Now, what is the rectangle size here? It is a 15 by 1/8. Now take a rectangle, place the original here. Okay. Next, you can provide height. Height is 15 mm. Okay. Sorry, horizontal direction it is 180 mm. Okay. And vertical direction it is a 50. Okay. You got a rectangle here. Okay. You got a rectangle. Now you need to draw the center line. You need to draw one center line here. Okay. Now for center line, you just click on this axis. Okay. Draw an approximate line here. Okay. Then you go for the dimensions. You just double click here. Okay. How much distance? Now it has to be exactly middle. Provide 90. Okay. Next. So now from here, you need one more center line. Let us look out here. So from bottom, you need how much? It is a 35. Okay. Right. I'll go for once again the axis here. I'll just draw axis. Okay. Now go for the dimensions. You just double click. Provide dimensions here. Definite dimensions. It is a 35. What you got? You got a center point here. You got a center point. Okay. So now let us go for drawing the circles here. You just click here on a intersection point. Okay. One radius is how much? One radius is 25, right? And the radius is 10, right? Okay. I'll go for line here. Okay. So from this quadrant point, I'll drop one vertical line. Okay. From this quadrant point, I'll draw one vertical line. So now you need to remove unwanted portion here. To remove unwanted portion, so we can go for trim. That is what quick trim here. This is a button of quick trim. This is quick trim. Okay. I'll just click here. You just double click if you want to activate it in a continuous manner. Okay. Your diagram is over. Now in this case, as it's showing with a continuously green line, then the diagram is completely constrained. That means it has a perfect. There is no any deficiencies dimensions. Okay, or it has no over constraint. Okay? Right. So in this case, we have gone for using axis. So instead of axis, you can go for the reference lines. That is what construction lines. Now, as I removed my the axes, you just look out. Now it has been turned into white color. Okay? They are turned into white color. That means they are under constraint. Okay, they are under constraint. Suppose if you want to go for the construction lines, you just draw here. Okay, so here make it the construction. Okay, make it as a construction. I'll select line. Okay, I'll draw here. So make it as a construction. Sorry. Okay. Construction lines are different, axis is different. Okay, so now axis is mainly used for the revolved objects. That is what revolved protrusion objects. So now in this case, it comes under shaft. It comes under shaft. Now we provide some dimensions here. Automatically it's going to right. Oh, this is what a simple one. This is what simple one. Do you have any doubts over this simple diagram? Do you have any doubts? If you have doubts, you just unmute your mic and you can just talk to me. No doubts? Shall I go for next one? Okay. Okay, now we'll go for another one. It's exactly straight line, not uncurved one. Okay, this is also straight line. So now this is second diagram. Okay. So now this distance is 30. Okay. Now center distance is 40 here. Now from here to here it is 20. Okay. So here to here it is at 20. I think diagram is clear. So it has an slot here. It has a slot. Okay. So now slot length is 40 mm. Okay. So slot curvature at end. It is what semicircular radius. Semicircular shape radius is 10. Okay. Position is from bottom. It is a 30 mm. Okay. Now you have a two holes here. So of diameter 10. Of diameter 10. Okay. And a curvature at top corners left as well as right. It is a radius of 10. Okay. So now let us go for use of another commands here. Okay. Use of another command. So we'll go for using the command here. It is a fillet. We are going to use the command fillet. Okay. As well as a trim. File. Okay. I'll go for new. Okay. I'll select a start mechanical design part. So I can just say I'll go for sketch 2. Click on sketcher. Okay. Now select here front view. Select here front view. Now in this case, you can draw using the profile line as a continuous, okay, or you can draw directly rectangle. So we'll go for directly rectangle here. I'll pick here, okay. Now you need to provide width and depth here. So width is how much? It is 100, okay. Now, so can you calculate what is the height here? Someone calculate and provide the answer in chat box. What is the total height here? What is the total height from this line to this line?
100,
90.
90, sir, 90.
Right. So now radius of curvature is 10 mm from center point. So horizontal line is going to be coincident with the quadrant point of that arc. So it is 10 plus center position of the two holes from bottom line is 80. So it is totally 90 mm. Now you provide 90 mm here. Right. Now you got a rectangle. Okay. Now the thing is that you need to draw the slot here. Position is how much? 30 mm. Okay. Now today we'll learn two options here. One is what the fillet, another one is the offset. Okay. Right. So now just okay. You click on this icon. It is what offset. It's called as a transformation toolbar. I think you have an icon here. This icon is what an offset icon. Okay. Okay. Now we'll click here. Okay. Now select the entity you want to offset. Now how much distance you want to offset here? Now it is how much? 30. Okay. Now I want to offset on top side. Now you can select this line. Okay. You make it as a construction. You make it as a construction. Okay. Now similarly, it has to be 30 mm from left side and 30 mm from right side. I'll go for offset. Okay. I'll select this vertical line and provide offset distance as a 30. Okay. Let's look on left side. 30 here. Okay. So you can provide minus value. Let us check. Go for minus value. What will happen? Minus 30. Right? So if you want to offset on right hand side, go for positive value. If you want to offset on left hand side, okay, you go for negative value. Okay. Now what you got? You got a center point to draw the two arcs here. That is what this circle as well as this circle. You can draw the circle. You can trim out. Now difficulty is the connection of the quadrant points is sometimes difficulty if you go on for drawing the arc. Okay. If you go on for circle, you can directly join here using the lines from one circle to another circle, quadrant points. Let us go for circle here. Okay. So now radius is how much? It is at 10. I'll go for the snap point here. Radius is 10. Okay. Right. Circle radius is 10. Now I'll use the line. Okay. From this quadrant point to this quadrant point, and from line from this quadrant point to this quadrant point. I click on quick trim. Okay. I just trim one unwanted portion here. It's clear? Next, you need to draw circles here as well as arc. Circle as well as arc. So now if you want to get the zoom in and zoom out, hold control key. Okay. Hold control key and use the center mouse button. Okay. Use the center mouse button. If you push scroll, it is going to be work as a center mouse button. Okay. Okay. Shall you go for drawing circles here? Okay. Okay. I'll go for offset. Now distance is how much? It has 20, 20. Select this line. Okay. Provide minus 20. Now we can select this one. Okay. And make it as a construction. Offset. Okay. Select this vertical line. Provide distance as a 20. Okay. Next, one more line you need. That is what 10 mm distance from top. Okay. Offset. Select this line. Provide minus 10. Okay. I think got some mistakes here. Okay. Now this is what are wrong. You take this radius as a 20 here. Okay. You take this radius as a 20. Okay. Because you may get some uninterpreted positions here. Okay. Whole circle you will get here. Arc circle you will get here. Okay. But if you want to draw these two as a concentric, so then the radius has to be 20 here. Let us change this arc radius as a 20, right? 20. Offset, I'll select this line, minus 20. Okay. Now I'll take a circle here. Okay, just snap to intersection point. Okay, you can just observe here. Now you got an over constrained dimensions here. Is it right? Now diagrams colors are changed. Okay, let us go for trimming now. Right. So now you need to draw circles here. Circle, move cursor on both sides. Okay. So now diameter is 20. Let us go for radius as a 10. Right. I think it is clear. Now I'll exit the sketcher. Okay. I'll exit the sketcher. Now I want to make it as an solid one. I'll go for pad. Okay. Now selection is, I'll select the sketcher. Okay. Then mirror extent, say preview. Now this is what a solid part. This is what solid part. Okay. I think you got the offset option clearly. Use of offset option, I think you got clearly. I said we'll go for the fillet option. Okay. Now I'll edit the sketch here. Okay. Instead of drawing the circle and trimming. So if you hold on the center mouse button, that is scroll, now it's going to act as a pan in sketcher environment. In sketcher environment. Now you just observe, now I am using only simple trim command here. Okay. So here you can extend the edges, where you can extend the edges. Now I'm going to use a quick trim here. Right. Okay. Now we'll use a fillet command here. Okay. So you have two options here. One is corner, another one is a chamfer here. So corner is called as a fillet. In other softwares, it may be called as a fillet. Okay. Now I'll go for corner here. So now pick one and second. Okay. Now you need to provide the radius here. So what is the radius? It is 20, right? Similarly, pick here. Okay. Corner. Select top line and vertical line. Okay. So provide radius. Radius is 20. Now it has to be shown on under side. It has gone for top side. Okay. Now let us trim this portion. Right. Corner. Right. I hope today I learned two commands. One is offset, another one is fillet. Okay. We'll stop here. In next class, we'll go for more complicated diagrams. Okay. So, have any queries?
No, sir.
Okay, you just go on making practice on some other type of diagrams. Okay. If you make a more practice, you are going to become a more perfect. Okay. So, I think today class, is it okay? You have done two diagrams. Right. Okay, see you tomorrow. Same time is right. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow at 8:15 again. Okay. Okay, right.